Welcome to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm John. We're a couple of overweight barbecue enthusiasts trying to share our love for sweet and smoky food with the world.
Thanks for hanging out with us as we talk about life, share recipes, successes, and failures that have all led to our love of cooking outdoors.
And we're coming in hot this week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see how this goes. I think we may have had some extra help with the soundboard today.
Oh.
Just seems a little hotter than normal.
I noticed it was a little extra.
Little extra.
Oh, that's good.
What can I say? My boy Robbie not only shoots camera, but he's an audio tech expert at
Gets
7 years
after it,
old
huh?
too.
Good for him.
I know. How you doing, Mike?
Dude, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I think this might be the first episode where we're not wearing hats. At least one of them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've gone with that one. You've gone with that one, but never both of us.
But I don't think together. Yeah.
And we're both fresh haircuts.
Yep.
Beards are trimmed.
Yep. We're looking fresh.
It's good that you grew the beard back.
Yeah, I'm happy it's back, to be honest.
Yeah,
Our church assignments have changed, so
a little bit. Yep.
I'm taking this full advantage of this and just regrowing the beard. So
I mean, we both went full beard before they
we
changed.
did. Well,
before we knew they were changing.
yeah, that is true. I kind of always grow a summer beard because I don't have to shave every day for school, and usually I'm out working and just don't think about it. I'll shave on Sunday, but seems like it was like we were camping one week and then we didn't have church for state conference or something, and so I just started growing it and
Which is funny because
never looked back.
I used to do one. I used to try and grow one from like Thanksgiving to Christmas, and it never really worked. Mine didn't grow that fast.
No.
So I slowly started moving it up.
There you go.
But I never wanted one in the summer.
Yeah.
I tried to shave it a couple of times, and Captain Funsucker says no.
Yeah, the wives tend to like them.
Yeah, I'm
Which
surprised.
it's fine with me. I hate shaving, so I'm not going to fight it.
So I feel like we've really peaked, Mike. We used to talk about the weather. did geopolitics for a hot second.
Yeah, I think we did 2 episodes on that.
And now we're on to facial hair.
Yeah, well, we got to start somewhere, all right? Listen, people, this is an art form, and sometimes it gets awkward, so we just start talking.
You just need something to get it going.
Absolutely.
But I have like a whole line of questioning around beard care, but we'll save that for another day.
Yeah, that sounds like something we could definitely talk about.
Do you have a shout out for us, Mike, to get
I
us
do
on
have
track?
a shout out. Listen, guys, if you are listening to this, not driving, which I know a lot of people, at least several people I've talked to, listen to it while they drive, and that's awesome. But if you're not driving, you got to check out this guy's Instagram. The handle is The Kitchen Whitelaw.
Check the show notes. We'll tag him.
Yep. Jeremy Whitelaw. And the reason I'm saying this is because when John's the one that actually brought him up, and when I clicked on his profile, just looking at his posts, like it's just incredible shots of some incredible food. Like, seriously, I have not seen anything yet, and there's thousands of posts that doesn't look delicious. So I don't know how he's taking these pictures, but I'm into it. It all looks divine. But he's a food critic, and just does a lot of, not all barbecue, but some just delicious cooking videos. But he did a brisket trim video that we were talking about the other day, which is kind of what turned you on to him, right?
Yeah, and I think we talked about this last time your phones listened to you. I'd been hankering for some brisket, and videos started showing up, but he had a really good one that like walked you through how to trim a brisket in 60 seconds. Which I think for a new to barbecue, or at a minimum new to brisket, like you've talked about this, like that's a little intimidating to take a $60-$70 cut of meat and just start hacking stuff off of it,
For sure.
which is a little bit of what you got to do on a brisket.
Yeah, it is. And it hurts a little bit. And I'm sure that our ancestors are upset at us, but
Yeah, that's because they can't taste my brisket.
true that. And like I said, I've done it trying to conserve as much meat as possible. And it's unedible because it's so fatty. But yeah, I've watched that video. It's super simple. I just watched a video of his where he makes a grilled cheese sandwich. So he makes 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. Then he makes, I think, 6 like onion patty burgers, like melts.
Oh,
And then puts them in between the 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
holy crap.
I can't remember what he called it, and now that I'm talking about it, I can't find the post. I can tell you where it was, but now I can't see it.
Cardiologist's nightmare.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
so good.
I mean, it doesn't look healthy, but I'd be honest, I'd eat it.
Speaking of onions and burgers,
Shoot.
I gave up on the dream of keto and being skinny.
Hmm.
But if you go, hang on, I'm going to cough. Stand by.
John's going to cough, and it is there it is. Oh, no, that's not it. I don't know where it is. I don't know what it was called. Sorry.
If you go to In-N-Out
Okay.
and you order a Flying Scotsman,
Oh.
which a Flying Scotsman is 2 patties, 2 pieces of cheese, no bun,
Oh, okay.
wrapped in grilled onions.
A Flying Scotsman wrapped in grilled onion.
Yes. And you've got to like overemphasize the wrapped when they're putting in the order.
Okay.
They will take an onion, slice it, leave the slices together so you have like a patty of onions,
Hmm.
and use that as the bun. And it is phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've heard of the secret menu. All I've ever done is animal style,
Oh, man.
but that sounds pretty dang good. The Flying Scotsman wrapped in grilled onions.
You heard it here.
That's what I was just going to say. You heard it here, people. All right?
And it is...
Mention Fat Guys with Smokers, and In-N-Out will give you nothing off. I wish we could offer
They'll
you a
probably
promo.
give you a weird look,
Yeah.
but if you're here locally and do it, please let us know how that goes.
Yeah, I'm interested.
I wonder
I'm gonna
if
go try it.
if we could get enough people to do it and then roll through with one of our cars with a sticker on it,
I'd be like, oh, hey.
maybe we can get the guy in the line to be like, "Are you the Fat Guys with Smokers?"
That would be sweet.
Yeah. But I'm like transfixed on this post from the Kitchen White Law. It's looks like sesame crusted ahi tuna. Like look at this pink. That is a
Yeah.
different color. It's like pure magenta. Like that's a Crayola
Holy
neon
cow.
marker.
Can you eat it like that? I mean,
Oh yeah.
It's not
Seared
dangerous,
ahi-
huh?
No. I mean it's just like eating sushi.
See, fish scares me, mostly just because I'm not as familiar with it. So,
Nope. I am a huge ahi fan.
seriously, guys, check this out. Oh, here it is. It's called Grilled Cheeseburger. Wow, that's all he calls it. But it looks really good. So,
Yeah, I felt like that was a missed opportunity.
yeah. I don't know. I was expecting a little more from the name, but the cinematography and the deliciousness looking of the food, which I guess is still cinematography, all phenomenal.
My mouth is actually watering right now.
There's seriously a lot of good stuff on there. So check him out, The Kitchen White Law, on Instagram. He's probably other places too, but we saw him on Instagram. So
All about the IG.
indeed.
So, but talking about Instagram, I threw a reel up there, promised our
Yeah.
listeners a report.
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
I have mixed feelings.
Now, last week you mentioned that you wanted to do brisket breakfast burritos, but you didn't want to use brisket, just chuck roast. Is that
Well,
kind of the idea that you
Yeah, I wanted brisket breakfast burritos, which didn't happen. That's a whole nother story. Freaking Walmart.
Boo.
But I didn't want to cook a whole brisket.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't... One, I'm out of brisket in my freezer. I didn't want to go buy a $60, $70 brisket just to make breakfast burritos.
Sure.
And we talked about this last time, like trying to cook small and cook on a budget. So I grabbed a couple of chuck roasts at Costco because I forgot to thaw the ones in my fridge. Or
Nice.
in my freezer. So it was like $35 for 2 pretty decent sized chuck roasts.
Okay.
And I treated them just like a brisket. Got the ugly drum smoker out.
Nice.
Nice. And went to town with them. Started probably about 2:30.
Okay.
I expected them to be done in like 5 hours. I thought it was going to be a really fast cook.
Mm-hmm.
I was running about 250. They went forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bummer.
So I really wanted like fall apart, like the point, just juicy,
Like
fatty
old beef, basically.
Yeah. What I ended up with was a lot closer to the flat, but I also rushed it at the end. So I put them out there, let them run till they hit 160. At 160, I wrapped them in butcher paper.
And what'd you put on them? What seasoning? Because I couldn't tell exactly what it was in the video.
So Holy Cow, and then Hardcore Carnivore Black.
The black. What is
Yeah.
that?
It's got activated charcoal in it.
That's right. That's what you said.
I gotta be honest, I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. Like,
Oh,
it's,
really?
I don't feel like it gives it very much of a caveman taste. It's got a bunch of salt in it.
Okay.
That I think counteracts that kind of charcoal flavor,
Okay.
but it gives awesome color, which is why I really use it.
Yeah, that makes sense. See, it doesn't sound delicious to like sprinkle charcoal on my food, but
Man,
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe if it like brushed your teeth at the same time.
Oh, there you go. I see him do that on Alone. Cool. Sorry, go on. Wrapped it.
Yeah, so I wrapped it, put it back out there, and at 12:30 at night, I was exhausted, trying to stay awake on the couch. The temperature outside dropped, and I lost like 25 degrees on my barrel. So I was down at like 225 for the last 45 minutes.
How long had it been at that point?
I should look. Because I used my meter probe.
I was going to say, how are you looking on your phone? Oh.
My meter probe will tell me how long.
Does it record each cook?
Sure does.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Gives
I
me a
didn't know
fancy
that.
graph.
Oh, very nice.
You can,
The green is your ambient temperature?
yep.
That's awesome.
So you can see when I pulled it in, I wrapped it. Not that anyone on the screen can see it, but so I pulled it. I went out and I probed it, and it was feeling pretty tender, and it was at like 198. It really needed to be 203.
Yeah.
And like we talk about this all the time. Like those last couple of degrees make a huge difference.
It seems like they wouldn't, like it wouldn't be a huge deal, but it is.
So it was really good. They went for 7.5 hours total. So they should have gone longer, but I was exhausted. So I pulled them, put them in a cooler, and then got up in the morning, pulled them out. They were still hot, sliced them, and realized that Walmart had been out of the big tortillas I ordered and didn't have any to
Oh, bummer.
make burritos out of. So it was a little disappointing all around. But that said, like looking back now objectively, it's awesome for sandwiches. Like it is right on exactly where I would want the point.
Oh, good.
So
But just not shredding like the flat.
it's not
would be.
shredding like the point would, but it is awesome flat. Really tender. It's got good fat throughout it, so it's still moist, which I think is hard to do on a flat.
Yeah.
And just awesome flavor. Using live fire makes such a huge difference in the flavor.
It really does.
And I used a mix of lump charcoal briquettes, and I put like 5 or 6 big pieces of hickory
Nice.
chunks that I bought. I've got apple and I had some pecan logs, but I wanted hickory
Yeah.
that I put in there, and it was awesome.
Dude, hickory on beef has changed my life. Like, it's really good. And it smells good. Like,
Oh, I know, the whole
big fan.
like the whole stinking neighborhood smelled like it. And my my buddy Spencer came up, so he picked up his barrel. He has a couple of things he's got left to do on it, but he like came and picked it up, and like the smoke was rolling, and he's like, I could sit here and just smell this all day long.
Oh,
like we
dude.
sat out in the front yard for I don't know, like 2 hours after we got back from dinner. And I'm paying the price because my feet are covered in mosquito bites at this point. But so good. So good.
That's awesome, dude. That's one of my favorite things about using the offset or the drum is just sitting out there smelling. I mean, even the Weber. It's just, it seems weird and probably lazy, but I love to just sit and just smell it, and it's fun.
After a really, Haley's gonna laugh if she ever listens to this. This will be the test as to whether or not she listens.
Oh, I'll say nothing.
A really bad day at work. I'll come home and just turn my Traeger on and sit in the smoke
With nothing in it?
with nothing in it. Like I'll
That's
just turn
awesome.
it on and just like sit there and just be like, life is okay.
There's some things that are okay.
Life is okay. You still have a smoker.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I am going back to the Traeger this week, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm gonna smoke a turkey breast
Oh, yeah.
for school lunch meat.
Oh, nice. That's a great idea.
Oh, it's so good. It's so much better than the crap you can buy at the deli.
Oh, yeah. So then do you have a deli slicer?
I do have a deli slicer,
Oh, see, I don't, so it gets
Well-
messy to try to cut.
but you have me, Mike.
I do. And now that I know that, I will exploit our friendship for your deli slicer.
Hey, man. Exploit away.
I'm going to have to try that. Have you ever made pastrami?
Yes.
And is that just a
Multiple times.
brisket, or can you use any beef?
So traditional pastrami is a brisket
That's
that
what I've
you
seen.
have brined.
Uh-huh.
Once you brine it, it becomes corned beef.
Uh-huh.
And then once you smoke it, it becomes pastrami.
Really? I didn't know there were that many steps to it.
Yep.
Well, I knew that's what you did, but I didn't know that it went from beef to corned beef to pastrami.
Yeah. So, and I've
It's like a
done,
Pokemon. It evolves.
We're
and
just
then
gonna keep
evolves.
moving.
Rude.
And I've done it both ways, where I have brined my own brisket, and I've also just put pastrami rub on a corned beef flat that you can buy at the store.
Without smoking it, you just rub it with that, or what?
No, you can buy corned beef. Like people have
okay.
corned beef and cabbage.
And it's already been brined.
It's already been brined.
Gotcha.
You take that, and then you put the pastrami seasonings and smoke it.
So let me ask you this: roast beef. Can you just do any kind of roast? Put it in your deli. I don't have a deli slicer, so I don't know these things. Or is there a particular cut that they use for roast beef?
I think they
Deli
normally do
slices.
top sirloin.
Oh, really?
I could be wrong, but I mean that chuck roast would be freaking good too.
That's what I was just thinking as a chuck roast, but I'm Googling it.
I think. Yeah, I'm assuming it's like a sirloin or a top round or something, because cold big chunks of fat don't sound appetizing to me.
Right. This says
Come on. Give me top round.
eye of round roast beef. which I imagine would be pretty much the same. Eye of round roast is what they used. But
Have you ever had an eye of round steak?
yeah, it says it would work well with top or bottom round or top sirloin. So you nailed it. Great work. Just something a little less fatty. Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah, you could probably make it work with the chuck roast. You just have to be a little picky.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be quite as delicious.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm interested in making my own lunch meat now.
It's so the turkey breast. Do a mayo binder with the holy cow on it. Extra peppery is
Really?
it is phenomenal.
I feel like I've watched Meat Church cook a chicken like that with a mayo and then holy cow, which seems bizarre, but
That's how we do our
Looked
turkey,
really
our
good.
Thanksgiving turkey.
really.
Yeah, we do it with that, but yeah, you do that and then you put like just super like as thin as you can get it to go, so it's like falling apart. Mm-hmm. Bomb sandwich,
That
dude.
sounds really good.
Bomb sandwich.
Deli slicers. That's awesome. Game
My-
changer.
I don't know if it was my birthday or Christmas one year, but my dad gave me my deli slicer.
Right on. Is it an attachment to your KitchenAid
I
or
would
is it
say
just its own thing?
standalone deli slicer.
Right on.
And it's awesome. I've done bacon on it, turkey a lot, and then pastrami we've done. Did I already say that?
No, but we talked about pastrami.
My mind just went blank. Think, John. Think.
I don't know how to help you.
I don't either.
Cheese.
Nope.
Another
It was
type
a-
of meat. Octopus.
It was a meat thing.
Ostrich.
Yeah, definitely not being helpful. Prime rib.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
After we have prime rib for like a prime rib dinner,
Uh-huh.
I take the leftovers and I shave it super thin
For sandwiches?
for sandwiches.
Dang, man. That sounds amazing.
Do that, put it out on a flat top and melt some provolone cheese over the top of it.
That sounds delicious.
Toast off some crusty rolls.
Right on. Right on.
Let us pause now while we go and get a sandwich.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Duke's mayonnaise.
Duke's mayonnaise.
Oh. But hey, speaking of sandwiches, I'm not the only one that was posting on the gram.
Yeah.
Saw something today.
We're trying to be more active on the gram, and it's good because it gets us cooking a little more. Yeah, I made some Phillies on the Blackstone on Sunday. I was looking for something to do. Was just walking through the grocery store and saw this. I think it was just like a sirloin, but it was shaved super thin, probably with a deli slicer. And it just said carne asada on it. I can't remember exactly what the cut of meat was. But it was super cheap, and I was like, I bet you can make Phillies with that. So I did.
Cheap and carne asada, those are words that make my heart happy.
I was going to say, you can't go wrong with that combo. Love the Big Kahuna Philly cheesesteak at Jersey Mike's. Really big fan. And so I've been trying to recreate it. And I think I'm pretty close. So I just took a couple bell peppers, green and red, and then I took a small onion and sliced them all up and then started sauteing them out on the Blackstone. Threw some mushrooms on, and then I used some garlic junkie. Ooh. Big fan, but I've learned that if you put it on at the very beginning, the garlic almost burns, and it's not as delicious. Mm-hmm. So I kind of let it kind of saute until the onions were almost translucent, and then I doused it with garlic junkie. And I threw some jalapenos in there, just because I know that they do that in that Big Kahuna sandwich that I'm a fan of. And then, so I cooked all the vegetables, put it over on the cool side of the grill. I mean, it was still hot, but just to kind of hang out while I did the meat. And then I just threw some Worcestershire sauce, however you say it. And
So there's a town. Sorry,
no, go
tangent
on.
here. A town in Massachusetts that I don't know if that's where the sauce comes from or what. Mm-hmm. But it's Worcester. That's the name of the town.
John, that's missing a lot of syllables.
I'm telling you, man. It's,
Worcester?
Yep. Trust me,
What in the world?
I don't remember if there was like a dance or what, but we were going there, and this is before we all had GPS on our phone and everything. Mm-hmm. I was the new kid, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to Worcester." I was like, "Cool, all right." Like, I don't know where we're going, and they're like, "Yeah, just get on the freeway." And it's the second exit in Worcester, and like I just blew right past it, and no one was paying attention. And finally, someone's like, "Where are we?" I'm like, "I'm driving to Worcester." I'm expecting WOOST,
right? Because that makes more sense than half the alphabet. Holy cow!
Massachusetts, man, it is a different world.
Do you think that that's an English town that they renamed in Massachusetts? Seems like something they do in Massachusetts occasionally.
Dude, I don't question and I don't comment
Worcester.
because I'm scared of people that live in Massachusetts.
All right. Well, in that case, Worcester sauce. I took that carne asada, cut it up into like 1-inch strips, and then some Worcester sauce, some steak rub from Killer Hogs, and it seems like I put something else on it. It must have just been a little bit of garlic junkie, not as much. And I just kind of put it in a bowl and let it kind of, I almost said fester, but that's not really the word you want. Marinate. I've heard it both ways. So I just let it marinate kind of while I cooked the vegetables, and then just put it on the grill, cooked it for a minute. And then I took some hoagie buns and just buttered them, put them on the Blackstone, fried them up, took some provolone cheese, big fan, and put them on a bun.
No.
And it was pretty dang good.
And speaking as someone who was fortunate enough to show up in your driveway,
Indeed.
they were phenomenal.
Yeah. They were some of the better sandwiches I've ever made / had, I dare say.
Yeah.
Worked out really good.
We had a meeting the next day at the office. Mm-hmm. 2 hours, like right over lunch. And I was like, well, forget this. Like, we're going to get lunch before we start this thing. Mm-hmm. And I tried to push people in to go into Jersey Mike's. And we ended up at Jimmy John's.
Not the same.
And as I was eating my sandwich, and I even went big, I was like, I'm going to get the gargantuan. Mm. I need all the meat because I'm starving.
Give me all the meat you have.
Yeah. Now, what I think you heard was give me a lot of meat. What I actually said was
all the meat you
give me
have.
all the bacon. And the whole time I was just like, Mike's sandwich was so much better than this.
Well, I appreciate that. I wanted to film a little bit of content with it, and because of the way it worked out, like we went and what were we doing? It wasn't a meeting. Oh, we went to get drinks. We went to fill our drinks at John's office. That's right, because we'd just been all released, so we were all hanging out. But anyway, it got done right as you guys pulled into my driveway, so I missed the whole putting everything together and taking a picture. So, but
that's okay. That's the story of the Instagram post this week, because
yeah,
I was gonna do like a whole thing making the burritos and like pulling them off the grill, and it was literally like all I could do to get them off the grill.
Listen, guys, we don't have professional cameramen. You get what you get.
Yeah,
but just know they tasted amazing.
Oh, so good.
For sure.
They were so good. So the question is now, well, I have two questions.
Shoot.
But this one's still on the topic. What are you cooking next?
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I want to try. I'm trying to find stuff that my kids will eat, but also stuff that I want to do. And Damon just started football, so time is limited. Did I tell you Mose chewed the cord off my Gorilla?
No.
Chewed the power cord in half. So I'm putting it back together, but I've ordered like a chew-proof sleeve so I could slide it on there. But I don't know that I have anything on the docket. I need to just have a list. Like, I'm going to try this week.
Yeah.
You seem like you always have a good barbecue goal every time we talk.
I don't know that I've got one this time. Like, I'm going to do the turkey breast, not because I'm really excited about it, but because school's starting and Robbie's just like a sandwich.
He's
monster.
into it, huh?
Yeah. Charlie will eat school lunch like 9 out of 10 days. And Robbie's like 50-50.
Yeah.
He really likes the sandwiches, so I may do that. The other thing that I've been seeing a lot, and I haven't done in a long time, is smoked chicken with Alabama white sauce. And that's super good.
Dude, I had never heard of Alabama white sauce until a few years ago when I made mine. I think I just saw it on Malcolm Reed's video and just followed his recipe. Holy cow. Like, it is on another level.
So good. There's an awesome recipe, and his name escapes me. The guy that really started the Alabama white sauce. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
Oh, I feel like we've talked about it on here. I want to say there's a Joe in there somewhere.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was... nope, it's not Joe. It's Big Bob Gibson.
That's right.
Yep. But AmazingRibs.com has Big Bob Gibson's recipe on there. And it's the perfect tangy, creamy, it's just fantastic.
It's really good. So it's mayo based, right?
Yeah, it's mayo and like apple cider vinegar's the driver there.
Have you ever made Carolina Gold sauce?
Yes, I have.
Is it any good? What you made?
I remember it just being kind of
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Carolina Gold sauce, though.
See, I didn't even know it existed until I was down in St. George at that Picarica place.
Oh, no.
And I just grabbed one of all of their sauces. And, dude, it with the turkey, holy cow. It was really good.
Yeah, the mustard and the vinegar and
Yeah.
big fan.
Yeah. I would like to try some of that. Maybe I will smoke a turkey breast for lunch meat and try to make a Carolina Gold sauce with it.
There you go.
That sounds pretty good.
Sounds way
I don't know
good.
if I'll do it, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
So,
I'm supportive.
We kind of talked a little bit about leftovers and how to reuse things. We got chickens this year, and we talked a little bit about it. I got eggs coming out of my eyeballs.
I was just going to say, I'm nervous about where this is going.
For how long I have been like, I don't know if they're going to start laying. Like, they're just popping them out. And so...
Yeah, we're getting like 8 or 9 eggs a day right now.
We're getting 4 or 5, but it's crazy. So I made some breakfast burritos that I threw in the freezer. So I just pull them out, dude.
Nice.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
I want to try smoking them, but I'm afraid it's going to be too intense on the eggs. Like, they're just going to soak up too much smoke and it's going to be almost bitter.
I think if it's in the tortilla.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm just thinking like a fatty. Like, the ground sausage on the outside absorbs most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards is when you get hit with the smoke. The eggs are protected.
Did you put eggs in a fatty?
Oh, yeah. Breakfast
What?
fatty?
What? All right.
Oh, yeah. Breakfast fatty is where it's at, man.
In our next episode, we'll be making a breakfast fatty.
Have you never made a breakfast fatty?
No, I feel like we talked about it, and I was like, that sounds way good, and then I've never done it.
Yeah. Bacon weave.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast sausage.
Right.
Scrambled eggs.
How do you
Hash
get them to
browns.
stay in the fatty? Oh, you mix them with the hash browns.
So you like scramble the eggs, like cook the eggs.
Oh, cook them first. See, I'm picturing you like
cook the potatoes.
having liquid eggs
No,
and covering.
yeah,
I'm like,
no.
I don't think that's gonna work, John. Like,
No.
okay,
Yeah, you cook
So
your
then,
hash browns, cheese, green chilies, all of that. Roll it up into a beautiful fatty log and smoke it.
and then you get the smoke flavor. See, I bet I could do that with my breakfast burritos then, because I cooked sausage, threw a bunch of deliciousness in there, and then I just kind of, I don't want to say seared, but kind of. I basically seared both sides to kind of seal the tortilla up. I could just do that in the smoker, and then get a little bit of smoke flavor.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna try it
I support it.
because I've been a big fan so far. It's nice to just throw it in the microwave while I'm feeding the dogs or whatever, and then I have breakfast, and it's not a Maverick candy bar.
Yeah.
They don't seem to go very far.
Yeah. Well, we've got a couple of minutes here. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Deeply philosophical.
Oh,
That
shoot.
somebody asked me this the other day. A couple of my buddies is running a company here in town, or they're building a new office, and they they wanted to know what kind of smoker they should get to put at the office.
To put it the office. Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot.
And I was like, oh god, I don't know if I'd do a smoker or not.
Yeah.
And I mean, these guys are, you know, 12 hours is a short day for them.
Okay. So they're there all
So
that
they're
was my
there
first
a
question.
lot.
Are we talking like they're busy all the time, or they could run out and peek at it for a minute? And
They
come
could run
back?
out and peek at it. They do a lot of engineering and design and stuff, so it's a lot of work, but not super people intensive. Mm-hmm. But we got into this conversation, and the question is, if you could only have one cooker, gas grill, griddle, smoker, charcoal, one cooker,
Oh,
what would you have?
that's hard, man. Because the convenience, we've talked about how convenient it is to just run out, light the grill, throw a couple burgers on. Oh, man.
Like, spoiler alert, I told them not to buy a smoker for the office.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like for the office, for more versatility, if you will, I would think just a regular grill.
I talked them out of that too.
What did you say?
I told them that they need to buy the 48-inch Blackstone
Blackstone.
that has two gas lines to it. And this is why, is one, it's for the office, it's for a lot of people. And I don't know anything that you can cook on as fast as you can a flat top.
Yeah.
So, and you can do pancakes and eggs and bacon and breakfast. You can do burgers. You can do, fried rice.
Yeah.
I think for an office, a Blackstone makes the most sense.
That makes sense.
I think you can do more for more people faster than anything else.
Genius.
Like having a smoker, yeah, it's going to be super cool.
Yeah.
There's going to be 20% of the office that thinks it's awesome and 80% that's just like, whatever.
I'd rather we just eat sooner. Yeah. I like that.
Plus,
I like that.
without fail, there's going to be a vegan that ends up working there that complains about
Yeah.
smelling it all day.
There you go. You just throw some Portobello caps on the Blackstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm on board.
We are vegan. We can't have this smoke in our yard. Have you seen that?
Yes.
That
Where is
clip? Some crazy lady in California.
that? Oh my gosh, dude. California.
Yeah. But so that's what I talked him into for the office, I think.
I'm on board. I like it.
I think for
that's
the
great.
backyard though, I was thinking about this earlier today. I think I know what I would do, but I'm curious what you would do.
For a backyard, I can only have one cooker.
One cooker.
Nothing else. Man. I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go with the Weber kettle. I feel like it is not as convenient as running out and turning the dials and it's on and hot, But you can do, I mean, I've smoked stuff on it. Like it's, you can do whatever on it. And I cook burgers or cook steaks and cook quick things. So
That's where I went to.
yeah.
I think you can do more with a charcoal kettle than you can with any other cooker.
Yeah. And I mean, throw a cast iron pan on there and you've got a flat top.
Yeah, that or put grill grates on there and
Yeah.
flip them upside down, and you've got a flat top.
And you've got a flat top. Yeah.
Especially with like the Weber One Touch system, like you can control the heat so well
Oh,
in
it's
it.
very consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on board. I like that.
yeah. So I'm glad you went there too. That's
Yeah.
where, and especially if you use a blowtorch to start your.
Yeah. We
Your
did that
coals.
over here. Were we here? We must have been here. When we were doing the lamb or something. I mean, you had your coals going faster than I've ever with my stupid little tumbleweeds. It was awesome.
Yeah, and Home Depot had a different brand of charcoal. It's a Royal Oak product,
Okay.
but I think it was called Embers.
I haven't seen it.
But it was a 20-pound bag for like $8. I was like, well,
Yep.
sounds good to me. Also, a bag of Royal Oak lump was $18. I about had a heart attack.
Gross. I don't care for that.
Yeah, but the last bag of Cowboy I bought at Walmart was like powder.
I haven't been overly impressed.
It was not lump charcoal.
Yeah. Powder is a good way to describe what
So
happens.
I wanted some good lump for my cook this weekend. But man, they burned hot. They burned every bit as long as Kingsford, and they started so fast.
Really? Were
And-
they like
No,
match light soaked in
Yeah, like I
their
checked
stuff?
that. No, like there was.
Embers, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was called.
Have to check it out.
Yeah, it was cheap and it was awesome.
See, I was kind of bummed out when I first started drum smoking, like how expensive charcoal was. I mean, it's not going to break the bank, but it's a little more expensive than a tiny little bit of propane that you'll use, you know?
Yeah, and it's definitely more than the pellets I burn.
Yeah. And you can't, like, reuse it. Like, I've tried. Sometimes you can get the old stuff to relight, but it, you know, lump's a little easier than briquettes, but
Maybe Hayden Barbecue needs to call Royal Oak and
get a partnership going.
see what a pallet of charcoal costs.
Oh. Yeah, I think
Add
Hayden
that to-
Barbecue does.
Add that to our product offering.
Yes. Yes, you do. Make it happen.
So
All right. Well, what else, John? Anything else?
no, we've I think we've hit all the bases
Yeah.
from beard care,
Yes,
which is important regardless of what they say at girls camp.
indeed. And yeah, that's right. I'm still bitter about that, and I'd forgotten about it.
Oh, I haven't forgotten about it. To drum smoking and flat tops and
Yep,
lunch meat,
absolutely.
all the way to the deep philosophical question of what if?
What if? Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, until next time.
I'm John
Oh, my.
in stereo. We're Fat Guys with Smokers. Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.